Okay, thank you all for being here. My name's Heidi Worley, and so I'm the support team manager in the Office of Student Engagement. And then this is Adam, the elections director, and this is Tom, and he's a justice. And Katie might be coming later, and Mac is gone until after spring break. He's the chief justice, and so she's kind of taking the lead until he comes back, and we'll give you her contact information as well. All right, and so everyone has their packets, and then does everyone just want to go around and say their name, major, and what they're running for?
I'm Rachel, Rachel Schmidt. I am studying political science and Spanish, and I'm running for at-large senator.
I'm Courtney Stutite. I am a junior in chemical engineering, and I'm currently running for ASMSU president.
My name is Justin Johnson. I'm a fourth-year student in chemical engineering, going to do that fifth-year victory lap, and running to be ASMSU vice president.
Taylor Blossom, third-year student in chemical engineering and economics, running to be ASMSU president.
I'm Sheridan Johnson. I'm a sophomore studying poli-sci and agriculture communications, and I'm also running at large senate.
I'm Nicholas Zetterberg. I'm a third-year student studying criminology and computer science. Haven't really figured out yet.
Caleb Chambers, I'm a sophomore studying economics, and I'm running as an at-large senator.
Great. All right. And then Danny, if you just want to introduce yourself.
So I'm Danny Brandt for those of you that don't know me. I'm an incumbent at-large senator, and I am not running again, but I am the elections liaison to ASMSU. So I am also a valuable resource for questions you guys might have.
Thanks, Danny. All right, so now I'm going to let Adam talk.
All right, so like Heidi said, I'm y'all's elections director. My contact information is on that's my email and then the office phone number. If you happen to have my personal phone number, do not contact me on that. I will not be responding, helping you out in any way. Email me or leave a voicemail, like, just be courteous of my time too. And so right now, if y'all wanna look and pull out in your packets the timeline, I believe it's on like the second page or third. All right. So they've been open, and here we are at the informational meeting. So tomorrow the executive applications close, and the campaign budgets are due before campaigning ends. You'll have turned into your form stack. Spring break, and then the ice cream social is in the library, 1:30 to 3, and that's going to be on March 26th. And so if you happen to know what you're doing on that day, like kind of what your class schedule is, y'all are allowed to come help out with that, and we would really appreciate that. Y'all are going to kind of help out, pass out scoops, and promote ASMSU as a whole, and then kind of promote like voting for ASMSU.
And if you don't know your schedule right now, you can, I'll give you my email, and you can have my email. Just let me know when you can.
Mm-hmm. Then on March 27th, the day after, 12 to 1, we have the primary debate that's in the sub. That is the same day as the diversity symposium. We have talked with them, and it's all fleshed out. That will be ran on Facebook Live, so look your best and enjoy. Senator applications close on April 3rd, and then on April 8th, this is a weird thing that you have to do, since we are reimbursing y'all a little bit this year. Receipts are due to Heidi in the front desk at 5 p.m. on April 8th, and that is a necessity.
And we'll go through details of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get reimbursed.
You don't
No,
have
you
to
do not have to.
No, I can just talk about that part right now. Since
Yeah.
So we'll have it. It's online and it's all in here. But exec teams have a total of $500 that they can spend, and Senate is $100. And then execs can get reimbursed up to $250, and Senate is up to $50. And so, no, you don't have to be reimbursed. That's just if you want to. So when you return your receipts into the front desk, one of the questions that they'll ask you is, do you want to be reimbursed? And you'll say yes or no. If you say yes, then we go through a different process. If you say no, then we just take your receipt and then we're done with it.
Okay.
And then also with your receipts, we will be keeping track of, where you're at and everything. And so, yeah, we'll notify you if you're getting close, but that's only if it's accurate. So we try turn them in as they go, and it also might help you guys from losing things. And so try to turn it in maybe once a week. And we are open over spring break if you guys are around, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And yeah, does anyone have questions about the receipts?
If we purchase some items that we later return, as they're not going to be used for the campaign, was that going to be reset on our total expenditures, or does that still count?
So is it something that you would be getting the money back before the end of your?
Yeah, I mean, return it to the store, full refund, money back right then and there.
I'd have to find out about that. I'll write it down and I'll get back to you. Yeah, that's a good question.
And per se, we have materials that we've previously used in past years. That has already been accounted for during one election. Can we use it, would that count as material?
I would think no, but it wouldn't count as, you would have to put it in your budget because it's your own materials that you already have and you're not buying it, but I'm gonna double check. And I'll get back to you guys. And then
I will also be here during spring break, so if y'all have any questions, I will be working and answering anything y'all may need.
and I'll let you know by tomorrow.
Sweet.
Cool, so we feel good about budgets and receipts, and you all know where our office is and where the front desk is and all that? Okay, cool. You wanna keep going through the timeline?
Yeah, so then we have the elections barbecue. That's another thing that y'all will be able to help out with. And some more information coming on that, but that is the time. We have gotten the outdoor program requests and all that stuff, so it is all set up for that day. We do also have a emergency room in the sub in case it's just terrible rain, so we have accounted for that stuff as well. And then April 9th and 10th is the voting from 7 to 7, and then we'll get those back to you hopefully that night, but usually that night, right?
I think they compile it and then it's official the next day.
Okay.
Okay, how does everyone feel about the timeline? Any questions?
One question about our ice cream social. So you said that we're really advertising Vote ASMSU. This isn't personal promotion, it's only promotion for ASMSU voting.
Correct, it's not individial campaigning.
We can't
Is that
have
correct,
our
Adam?
own individual materials and things like that.
That was my understanding, but then someone from the
I'm writing on my list.
justice said differently, and so
Yeah.
I really want to make sure that we get y'all the right information on that before I say definitively.
Right.
Under my assumption, it was just general promotion, but
I know in previous years it's been both.
yeah. So
Well, I think in the name of the event, it's meet your candidates. You can't really not self-promote.
Right,
Is that-
exactly.
You can't put up a sign, but you can talk to your folks.
yeah.
And in the past, as you guys know, the bios that you submitted with your application with pictures were
Right,
put up
yeah,
and displayed
yeah.
so people could see who was running. And as was just stated, it is meet the candidates, so there is a bit of interacting and talking with folks about what you think and what's going on. That being said, we don't want the entire library spackled with stickers and posters of every candidate running, so.
I'll find out specifically though if you could have your sign or anything like that. And then it's also a chance for you to meet and converse with the librarians as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Is there going to be a primary if there are only two?
Teams running,
Teams
two
running.
exec teams.
says something about it in the bylaws.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Because I think theoretically that could be a writing candidate.
But they wouldn't be invited to the primary. They weren't registered.
I mean, you can still win the vote.
They can still win the vote, but they can't be in the primary debate.
There would still be a debate.
Yeah, we definitely still would do a debate.
Oh, debate, sorry.
I'll find out how it would work, like with the voting and everything. I'm assuming yes. Okay. Good? Okay, so then the next thing is going over the campaigning rules, but so they're all in front of you with the election policy. And so just make sure you read through it, know what you're doing before you do it. If you don't know if you're allowed to, ask. So me, Adam, anyone in the office, you can ask and we'll make sure that we get you the right answer. And just like there's also an FAQ in there, and that kind of has like a lot of our main things that people ask us and some things that people make hiccups on. So like no posters in the sub. If you want to do things in Res Life, you need to get their permission separately, and you just go down to their Res Life office and they get some information for you, and then they'll approve and they'll let you know if it's okay or not. And so make sure you are aware of those things. Also, if you're wanting to do a table outside with coffee and things like that, you gotta do an outdoor program request. And if you have specific questions about it, I'm your go-to person for those. And the form is all online at montana.edu/engagement. It's at the very bottom, and we ideally would like the form 2 weeks prior to the event, but we know that's our normal process, but during elections that's really hard with such a tight timeline. So just get it to me as soon as possible, and no promises, but we'll try to push it through and get it going. The process of it is you fill out the form, I get it, and then I send it to other approvers on campus, and then they give me the final approval with stipulations, so it does take time. So just be aware of that, and if you need help, getting catering, I can tell you how to do that and all that stuff. And then basically an outdoor program request also is for if you're gonna be doing yard signs and tabling and food. If you're setting anything down outside, you're gonna do an outdoor program request. And then, what were some other things I wanted to highlight?
The food and coffee while tabling, I think is.
Oh, just making sure that when you do order through catering, there's just another process with that, with outdoor program requests, so make sure you specify that in your form and start the catering process and everything. And so yeah, the outdoor program request approvers have a heads up that it's election, so hopefully they'll be on it. And then also with the campaigning rules, do you want to touch on the form for disputes?
Yeah, sure. So ideally what we'd like you to do is if you guys have a complaint with anyone against another candidate, if you guys could try and sort it out to get on your own first off, that'd make our jobs a lot easier.
Pretty good.
But if you can't sort it out, then there's a form online, elections dispute form. Fill that out within 48 hours of the incident, I believe it is, and then we will get back, the Supreme Court will get back to you once we've received it, and we'll have a ruling for you 36 hours after we've informed you that we've had it. And yeah.
And then, sorry, I was blanking out for a second. Did you say where the form is?
It's online.
Oh, yes, okay, I just wanna make sure you guys all know that. The form's online, and, yeah, does anyone have questions about that form? Okay, okay. Cool, and then also, does everyone feel okay about the elections rules and knowing to make sure you like read through it and feels clear? We'll give you those in a second. I'll go through it with you afterwards.
Yeah, it's online, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I think we read through them.
Okay,
already.
great.
So for that one clarification we were talking about earlier with the budget
Yep.
and the bylaws, so we're good right now if we just have the form submitted, and then you'll let us
Yep.
know if we need to actually email it to Chief Justice?
Yeah, you don't need to, I agree, it is different in two places, but you don't need to email it, just the form.
Just the form.
Yeah, sorry, I
Okay.
came in late
Nope,
when
yeah,
you guys
no
were
worries.
talking about it. Yeah, just the form, you don't need to email it. If you want to, just for fun, go for it.
Yeah, why not, for old time's sake.
Yeah. And then Yeah, and then also, if you guys haven't been to an ASMSU Senate meeting, we really encourage you guys to go and check it out, just so you can kind of see the process and know what's going on and introduce yourself. It's Thursdays at 6 p.m. in sub 235, and right now you don't feel obligated to go, but it's just a good idea. And right now it is budgeting season, so the meetings are really long. It's not always like that, so please don't feel intimidated. And so they do go long, so it's okay if you just come at the beginning, check it out, and leave. And then, do we have any other questions? And then also, what can we do to make your lives easier, and what do you feel like you need from us? Yes.
I do have a budget question. So when you list out in your budget how much you plan to spend on each item for your campaign, how strict is that? Like if something ends up being like $5 more in one category and you save money in the other, like are you?
That's okay. So it's like a I can't say the word preliminary budget. Thank you.
Yeah.
I should be allowed to talk. And so we understand things change and things happen, and just also, like I said, if you're ever worried about something, like email Mac, the Chief Justice, or Adam, and just touch base with them. And yeah, I think as long as you're turning in those receipts, we understand you might estimate something as $25 and it ends up being $28. That's understandable.
Great.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be really on top of trying to get emails that y'all send to me back in a timely manner. That's gonna be at least at most 24 hours of me getting back to y'all. So feel free to email me just anytime. Like if it's at 3 in the morning, I'm not gonna respond to you. Sorry, but I'm not that diehard about this job. But anything that y'all need, any way that I can help y'all, or any way I can like facilitate your campaign, I'm happy to help. As long as it's reasonable. Don't just spam me. But yeah, this is my job. Like I'm here to help y'all, so I'm happy to do it.
And if anyone has any questions regarding rules, if you don't quite understand something, myself and all the other justices' office hours are posted on the ASMSU website. Come in, ask us a question, and we'll try and help you as best we can.
That's something I did not put in here. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 10 to 12. So I'm in there a lot.
Cool. And we'll go over the first stuff with you afterwards, but does anyone else have any questions right now? Feel good? Alright, I'm gonna take off the video.